Today, we're diving into a really personal story about identity, culture, and figuring out how to find strength in the very things that make you unique. This is the story of Veena.
It's a huge question, right? How do you take that feeling of not quite fitting in and flip it into your superpower? Well, we're going to explore exactly that through one student's incredible journey.
Okay, so let's start right here, at this awesome moment of triumph. Picture this, a school talent contest, and one student gets up and does something so unexpected, so cool, that the whole audience is just blown away. She's mixing traditional Vietnamese opera with modern street dance. Two completely different worlds, one amazing performance.
Well, that student is Veena, who's in the Department of Dance. And her story is about so much more than just the talent show. It's really about this deep, personal quest to connect with her roots, and in the process, figure out who she really is.
But, to really get why that performance was so powerful, we've got to go back a bit. We need to start with a feeling that's pretty common for a lot of second-generation immigrants.
So, what's that actually like? For Veena, it meant living in this space between two cultures. You've got the heritage of your parents on one side and the world you're growing up in on the other. It's like you're constantly walking this cultural tightrope, just trying to find your balance.
And in her own words, she just felt different. And when you're a kid, feeling a little different can feel like a huge deal. It can make you feel like you don't really belong anywhere.
But here's where the story takes a turn. Instead of just living with that feeling, Veena decided to do something about it. And this was the real turning point, a journey back to her roots to find herself.
It all began with a choice, a really conscious decision. She realized she wanted to truly understand the Vietnamese part of herself, the part that maybe felt a little bit distant. This wasn't something that just happened to her. She made it happen.
So where did she start? With the closest connection she had, her mom. She began learning the art of Vietnamese opera directly from her, which was like unlocking this door to a whole part of her heritage she was so ready to explore.
And what's really cool is where all this learning took place. It wasn't some formal classroom. It was her mother's Vietnamese restaurant. That restaurant became her real classroom, this lively, vibrant hub where she could see her culture in action. And her mom's restaurant wasn't on its own. It was part of this amazing little community. Right there on the same street, you had a Thai place, an Indonesian place, a Malaysian place. It was this incredible mix of Southeast Asian cultures all thriving side by side. And this is the part that really made an impression on her. It wasn't just other immigrants eating at these places. Veena saw that the restaurants were always full of Taiwanese customers, people who were just genuinely excited to try different foods and experience different cultures. She was watching this beautiful cultural exchange happen every single day.
That connection got even deeper during her summer trips to Vietnam. She'd see women wearing the áo dai, the beautiful traditional dress, and those images just helped her appreciate the richness and beauty of her heritage even more.
So you see all these different pieces, the opera, the restaurant, the trips to Vietnam. They were all building towards something, a huge shift in how she saw herself and her place in the world. This is the real game changer. That feeling of being different, which used to feel like a problem, started to feel, not bad at all. She realized her dual identity wasn't a disadvantage. Actually, it was this unique, amazing way of seeing the world.
And this really says it all, in her own words. She stopped feeling like she had to choose one side over the other. Instead, she just embraced both. And what she found on the other side wasn't confusion, it was pride.
So if you look at her journey, it's such an inspiring path. It starts with feeling different, kind of struggling. Then she actively seeks out that connection to her roots. That leads her to embrace her whole identity, both parts of it. And finally, she lands in this amazing place of being genuinely proud of who she is and where she comes from.
Veena's story is hers, of course, but the message in it? That's really for everyone. It kind of makes you think about your own background and the stories that make you, you. Her experience of bridging two cultures is so relevant, especially in a place like Taiwan, which has this incredible, long history of immigration. Her story is one of millions of countless people navigating their own unique identities every single day.
And maybe that's the biggest takeaway. The answer to the question, who are you, isn't some simple one-word answer. Our identities are complex, they're always evolving, and they're made up of all these different pieces. It's a story that we get to keep writing for ourselves.
So, we'll leave you with this to think about. Veena found her strength when she embraced her whole story. So when you think about your own journey, what are the pieces of your family's story, your culture, your background that make you proud?